Lovely. Alrighty, guys. So just pop onto your hands and knees for me. Fingertips facing forward. Push the ground away so you've got nice space between your shoulder blades. And just give me 10 gentle rocks forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Leaning a bit further each time. 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Walk your hands, guys, to the side and all the way back until your fingers are facing your knees. And we go 10 gentle rocks backwards. 2, try and keep the palm of your hand in contact with the ground. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Good stuff. I want you to keep your fingers facing back, but just flip the palm of your hand so it's facing up to the ceiling. Really rotate those elbows so the pit of your elbow is facing forward. Elbows are nice and locked out. And again, just 10 gentle rocks backwards. You feel that in the front of your forearm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Just sit back, shake out the wrist. They'll be a little bit tender after that. Do a couple of circles with your fists. Clasp them together and just roll them out. Lovely, guys. It's been a while since I've done any wrist work, so I can feel it. They're a little bit tender. Okay, the first knuckle push-up, I think most of you are familiar with this. So I'm placing my hands flat on the ground. Fingers are spread nice and wide, locking out the elbow. And I'm going to apply pressure down to my first knuckle, trying to lift up as high as I can, aiming for a 90-degree bend. But if you're tight here, you might not get that range. Just go as high as you can. And then slowly lower your palms to the ground in a nice controlled way. The more weight you take on your hands is up to you. If I want to lean forward, and then that would be more of a strength exercise. Or if you're not quite there yet, you can keep more weight on your knees and just try to find the position. All right, so we're going to go for 10 of these. Here we go. 1, 2, so try and keep a little weight in the hands. 3, 4, controlling it back down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We hold up on the last one. Just feel the stretch. Maybe lean into it a little bit more. Maybe roll from the inside to the outside of your knuckles. Just to really stretch it out and bring it back down. Lovely, guys. Shake it out again. The next one, I'm going to make 2 fists with my hands, placing them. So just the first part of my fingers there is on the ground. And I can do this at the same time, or if you're new to this one, you can do one hand at a time. So I'm going to open my hands so that they're flat on the ground and then come back to a fist again. Open them up and back to my fist. If you want to do one at a time, it's a little bit easier. But if you feel like you have the strength in your forearms to control it down, you can. Again, you dictate how much weight you place onto your hands here by leaning into it or keeping more weight back in your knees. And we're going to go for 10 again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think of it as a strength exercise as well. Rather than collapsing, you're controlling the opening of your hand and trying to press yourself back to your fist position. 9 and 10. Can you all feel that in your forearms?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, just shake out the hands. Circles, whatever feels good here. Take one hand forward with the fist down. Get a nice little stretch.
And can we get to see your pups until you're
I'll bring them in here in a few minutes. If I brought them in now, they're little, well, they're not terrors, they're gorgeous, but they're so high energy.
Yeah.
Turn that hand, guys, down so your palm is facing forward. Pull your fingers underneath and back. And I'm roasting already. Doesn't take much to get warm.
No.
And switch hands, guys, for me. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of strength work in our hip flexors and our pushing position first, and then we get into our headstands. So guys, just pop yourself over into a pike position. And we're going to be going for 30 reps, 10 on your right leg, 10 on your left, and 10 together. All right, I think you've all done this. So the further you reach forward with your hands, the more complex you are, the more difficult it will be. So you can keep your hands at your knees to make it a little bit easier, or even back at your hips. If you need to lean back slightly, that's fine. But the aim, guys, is to challenge yourself and see how far you can reach forward. Dermot, you don't need to lean that far back. All right, just test it out for me. Just see how far you can place your hands. And then when we do the double, I always bring my hands back a little bit for that extra bit of support. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Super, we go on my count. So get those hands into position. Right leg first. Nice and slow on my count. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep tension in the leg. Squeezing the kneecap. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Shake it out, guys. You can even punch your quad. If you cramp here, it's totally normal. But do point. What you say? Like freeze, no. Keep some tension in that leg, guys. So here we go, left leg. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out. If you need to take your hands back a little bit, you can. We're going for double here. Anywhere between 5 and 10 reps. If you cramp, of course, you can stop. And pressing those hands into the ground for support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try and use your core. 8, 9, and 10. Woo! You should feel your lower abs doing a lot of work there to pull your legs up towards you. Everyone okay?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of, what was yesterday?
100
A
V-ups.
lot of sit-ups and then a lot of 100 V-ups in
100 V-ups and 200 sit-ups.
So
yeah.
Lifts should be no problem to you.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to do a couple of tripod push-ups here. So it's not quite a pike push-up. We're going to stay on our knees. But I am going to lean forward as much as I can. If you want, you can turn your index finger slightly out. So not overly, but just a little bit out. That's going to help you to externally rotate your shoulder. My aim is that my elbow stays over my wrist. I don't want it to bend and fall back towards my knees. I want to keep my forearm in vertical here. So from here, take as much weight onto your hands. I'm going to come down into my triangle position with my hands and head and push back up. Okay, so my shoulders are always leaning forward, coming down. Notice the vertical position in my elbow and push back up. Okay, so it's a light touch off the ground with your head. You will feel these, they are quite tough. And we are going to go anywhere between 7 and 10 push-ups for everybody. All right, I'm just going to watch you guys for form. When you're ready, off you go. Think about drawing your elbows together. Jenny, that looks great. Good, Sonia. Lean forward a little bit more from the top position, Sonia. There you go. Jackie, that's excellent. Very nice, Dermot. Lovely, Danielle. You okay, Anna?
Yeah.
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Oh, good woman. Lovely. If 10 is too easy, guys, you can always go ahead and do 12.
No, you're great.
Everyone's coming from different backgrounds. Really nice, guys. So we're going to go through those two strength pieces again. When you're finished, pop back onto your pike sit for me. And we'll keep moving. We're going to go right into it. 10 on the right leg. Get those hands in position. And off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Always remember, guys, on the way down, you want it to be controlled. So even slower than on the way up. I see some people kind of letting that leg fall back to the ground. Make sure you control the way down. Left leg, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Super. And we're going to go for the double leg again. Pull your hands back a little bit if you need to. Really think of pressing into the ground with your hands. That's going to help you create tension and force against your lift. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stick with me. 8, 9, and 10. Woo, got the leg shakes. Guys, I'm roasting. I don't know about you. Right, I'm going to take a little break. You guys are going to turn over and give me 7 to 10 push-ups again. So do these nice and slow and controlled, guys. If you feel like they're really easy, I want you to move your hands closer, or your knees closer to your hands, so you're taking more weight forward. So make the 10 reps challenging. Lovely. Hi, Warren. Really nice, guys. Everyone find them kind of a good amount of challenge?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to just go through a little bit of mechanics for the headstand, go through the entry, and then we're going to be aiming to build up some endurance in our headstand. So I'm hoping by the end of 4 weeks that we're going to go for a max headstand hold, and everybody's going to be aiming for 90 seconds to 2 minutes, okay, in a continuous headstand hold. We won't do that today. We'll build up to that time. All right, so quick little review of the headstand. If you want to place something under your head, you can. Pop that there. So the most important thing, guys, is the base of your headstand needs to be a solid triangle position. So those hands need to be at the base of your triangle and your head is at the point at the top. If that base is shallow and your hands are in line with your head, it's going to be very hard to balance. Okay, so remember, the wider the base, the more support you're going to be able to have. Okay? And when we take our feet, guys, up into our headstand, is anybody using a wall today? Yeah, so it's okay to use a wall for support, but I don't want you to think about taking your hips and your feet onto the wall. When that happens, it means all your weight is going to be over your head. And again, that's a very unbalanced position. So your hips and your feet should be in the middle of your hands and your head, if that makes sense. All right, if they go too far over your head, you likely roll over. Now you'll have the wall to stop you. And if they're not far enough, all that'll happen is you'll fall back into the ground, and that's okay. So for our entry, guys, hands are at the bottom of my triangle, head is at the top. Before I go anywhere, I want to think of an active position. As I'm here, I'm relaxed, and I'm going to create pressure. So as if I'm doing a push-up, I'm going to press into the ground and create that nice long neck. So from the very beginning, I have tension and I'm active in my upper back. All right, so down I go, create tension, firmly pressing my hands into the ground. I'm going to lift my hips, and all I'm going to do is walk my hips up until my feet are as close as they can be. From here, I'm going to see if I can get my toes nice and light. So the goal here, guys, keep walking until your feet almost naturally float away from the floor. And that's what I want everybody to try first. So off we go.
Is that the crown of your head is on the ground?
Yeah, good question, Donald. So right here, the crown of my head, that's going to keep my neck nice and neutral. If I see a lot of people place here, and that's going to cause me to have a bend in my neck. So I want a nice long neck, neutral crown of the head on the floor. So guys, let's see those toe floats. Just keep walking those hips, and your feet should naturally kind of lift off the floor. And that means you have found your hips into the perfect spot. Nice, Jenny. Super, Dermot. So keep walking them. If you feel that you've so much weight in your feet, you just have to keep walking those hips and keep putting pressure down through the palms of your hand. That's really important. As if you're trying to do a push-up that we did earlier. You might feel this in your hamstrings. Nice, Dermot. So that's perfect weight distribution between hands and head. Lovely, Anna. Don't be tempted to go too much further. Okay, Sinead, let's see. Keep pushing into your hands. Don't be tempted to pull those hands closer, Sinead. Keep the hands back. Keep that wide triangle. Okay, guys, take a break if you need it. I'm going to give you the next progression, and you can practice that one again if you need to. So now, one leg at a time, I'm going to lift my knee onto my elbow. Really remember, guys, to push those hands into the ground. That's going to help. So once my toes are floating, I just want you to lift one leg at a time, place it on your tricep, and lift the other one. Okay, if this is easy for you, I'm going to ask you to do 10 knee lifts. You can see here I'm lifting them up and placing them back down. Okay, so whether you're beginner or more advanced, we're going for knees onto triceps. And if that's really easy for you, I want 10 knee lifts. So controlled lifting your knee off your tricep and placing it down again. Whew, this is tough workout. I'm only doing the demos. Nice, Jenny. So not as high. I want you to think about lifting your knees maybe 3 inches off your tricep and down again. It's like a reverse crunch. Lovely, Sinead. And if you can get your knees onto your triceps, and that's like the first time, try and gently lift one knee at a time. Lovely, Danielle. So Donald, keep those feet off the wall. That's pulling your weight over your head. So imagine the wall is not there to catch you. Lovely, Anna. Super, Jackie. So you can see when you naturally get yourself into the right position, that's brilliant, Jackie. You can just do anything with your legs then. Give me a thumbs up. Are you guys all comfortable there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Lovely. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 30-second hold, and you have 3 positions to choose from. You can have your knees on your triceps. We can pull your knees up and bring them together for a tuck shape. Or if you're really comfortable, guys, we're going to go for a straight leg position. All right, so I'm going to show you your 3 positions, and then we'll all go together, and I want you to hold it for 30 seconds. So first option is knees here. Second option is tucked. And then if you can, we'll go knees up. And you notice my feet are not over my head. They're in the middle of my base. Okay, if I bring them too far this way, I'll fall over. So if you're doing this against the wall, you don't want your heels against the wall because that's too much weight over your head. All right, so think head, hands, and then your feet should be in the middle. All right. So can everyone practice the position once? And then when you know what you're going to do, give me a thumbs up and I'll get my timer on and we'll all go for 30 seconds together. Good, Jenny's going for headstand. Super, Jackie. And remember, guys, this is about building endurance and confidence. So just stay at the position that you feel most confident in. If straightening your legs makes you really wobbly and you don't get 30 seconds, that's not really going to help you in the long run. I'd rather you get comfortable in your tuck position for 30 seconds. And by gaining strength and confidence there, it'll be easier to straighten your legs later on. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Super, guys. So I have my timer here. Do your very best to get 30 seconds, guys, in the position that you feel most comfortable. And if that's knees on your triceps, that's totally fine. All right, up you go. Just get ready. Clock is on. Here we go. So keeping just enough tension in the body and breathe, guys. Lovely. There you go, Jackie. Wherever you feel most confident. We're 15 seconds in. Really good, Sonia. And Sonia, if that feels easy, you can even lift one knee off and maybe the other. 5 seconds. Well done, Dermot. 3, 2, 1, guys, and time. Really nice work. So we'll be doing that 2 more times. How did you find that 30 seconds?
Okay, like the last kind of 10 seconds, I could feel I was starting to sway.
Okay. But that's
So
good even because you'll feel the weight distribution and hopefully be able to manage it.
Yeah, like I was fine. I didn't, but is there anything I can do to kind of stop it?
Awareness, really. So if you just feel the sway, try and maybe create a little bit more tension in the body.
Okay.
Hold it where you are. And definitely, guys, don't hold your breath. If anyone was holding their breath, really important to breathe. Dermot?
Yeah, my base felt solid. It just kind of just got wobbly at the top, I suppose.
So again, guys, 30 seconds, that's probably the longest any of you have spent up there. So once we practice it a little bit more, your stability will feel better as you go on. But I think most of you pretty much hit the 30 seconds there, which was excellent.
I really felt it in my wrist. Should my wrist hurt that much when I'm up there?
They should, and especially when you have your knees on your triceps, you're going to have a little bit more pressure on your wrists, Sinead. What I'm going to ask you, Sinead, is at that time your knees were quite rested on your triceps. So I want you to think about, rather than resting them on it, just have them hovering.
Okay.
On the triceps, so not like leaning into them as much.
Okay.
And that means for you, Sinead, you got to lift those hips higher.
Yeah, that's where I struggle.
So like, even if I show you guys, what I often see, a common mistake is people won't go high enough, and from here they'll start to climb their knees on.
Yeah, me.
When the hips are too far behind them. So it's so important, you have to walk those hips up. So now my knees are floating, but if my knees are back here, like now I have so much pressure on my wrists. So even if you're here, try to push yourself forward and think about turning your hips up over your head almost. All right. Okay, guys, here we go again. Another 30 seconds. Get yourself set up. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. So breathe. Keep equal pressure in head and hands. That looks a lot better, Sinead. Lovely, Jackie. Good modification. Super, super, Sonia. Nice, Dermo. So keep some weight in those hands. We have 8 seconds to go, guys. Fantastic. 3, hold it, 2, and 1. Amazing. So I'm only going to give you guys 45 seconds, guys, and we're going to go back up there again for our last one. There's Mary. She's here for the WOD.
I just couldn't hold it.
Sonia, that was excellent, though. You got the knees up that time.
Just have to try longer.
Yeah, but that'll come over the weeks. And Donal, I can't see you down there at the bottom of the screen. Are you getting the knees up?
My knees are on the elbows, they're not up.
Okay, well, see, maybe just challenge yourself this time and see.
Okay,
Even lift one at a time.
okay.
All right, guys, get yourselves ready. We're going to go for the last one. In 3, 2, 1, that clock is on. Off we go. Lovely. Just reset yourself if you come down. Very nice, Danielle. Super, Sinead. Looking very nice. Great position, Anna. 10 seconds, guys. Stick with this. Stick with this. 3, 2, 1, and down you come. Lovely, guys. Just as you sit there, just drop the neck and roll it out a little bit because that is quite tough. Really good work, guys. So that was 90 seconds in total you guys spent just in your headstand today, and we will increase that over the next couple of weeks. And hopefully that position will progress for all of you as well. Lovely. I had one more thing on my agenda today, but we've just run out of time, which is to do with the kipping work, and we'll get to that next week though.
Okay.
Well done, everyone.
Thanks, Jane.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Thanks